Hi, this is Made by Mommy's Dreidel tutorial. I've made a number of Christmas charms already, and a few friends pointed out that Hanukkah starts a month sooner this year. So, in order to help those of you who celebrate Hanukkah, I designed this charm. To create this charm, you're going to need 2 colors of rubber bands. It's about 43 rubber bands for the main body color, and then just 4 rubber bands to create the shin in the center of the dreidel. The rubber bands go onto your dreidel as follows. Starting with the rubber band that will be the loop, with the arrow pointing forward and your pegs set up in the even row, like a rectangle, we're going to take a single rubber band and place it from the center peg going forward. Then take 2 rubber bands at a time and move forward, and another 2 forward. Working from left to right, from left to the center, and again 2 rubber bands from left to right, from the center actually to the right to be accurate. So I placed 1 and then 2, 2, 2, and 2. Now we're going to go along the left side with 2 rubber bands forward, another 2 rubber bands forward, and now on the diagonal from that left peg forward to the center peg, and 2 more rubber bands from that center peg up to the right. We've just traveled along this line. Now I'm going to work on the right side, starting from here. 2 rubber bands at a time. Going straight forward. That represents the outside shape of your dreidel. And now for the center, we're going to do something a little tricky so that we can build that shin in the middle. Going from the center peg forward with our main color. And now we're going to take 2 of our color to represent the shin, and 2 then of the dreidel color. And now we're going to repeat on these same 3 pegs. 2 of the main color, 2 for the shin, and then 2 again of the main dreidel color. So if I bring this up, you'll see there's 2 identical rows of the same rubber bands on these pegs. And that's what's going to make it possible to build this shape later. And now we just need to place cap bands, the main body color. We're going to place from here across, and from this peg, which is where the diagonal starts, again across just a single time. And now as the diagonal comes together, we're going to put this one on here and double it over. And then finally on this peg, we're going to take a single rubber band and wrap it around 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what's going to give the dreidel its sharp tip at the end. And we're ready to begin hooking. Rotate your loom. We'll start from the bottom. Reach back with your hook on that quadrupled over cap band and catch the top 2 blue rubber bands, and they hook straight forward. Then go back for the other 2 that you're going to place on the diagonal. Now, working this center row, we're going to build our shin. We need to make sure that these are separated out so that we can see where we're working. So we've got that one that's going on the diagonal, the 2 that just got hooked, and then you'll see the ones we're reaching for. Those come next in 2 pairs. So we reach in the center to get these top 2 rubber bands that are going forward. And bring them ahead. And then this one's a little more straightforward because you can more clearly see that gap. We want to catch the top 2 of that lighter color only and bring that ahead. And then the 2 on top with the main body color and go forward. So that will be half of our shin. We're going to now pull these 3 bands to the side so that we can do the layer underneath. So pop up those 2 and pull them over. And now go back to this peg to get the other 2 blue rubber bands that go straight forward and bring them up. And go back in here for the other half of the shin. And again. There you go. And now you have your 2 halves of your shin laid out. You can move these aside, you don't have to, you can leave them as they are. Now we're going to go back here, the beginning, and move forward, hooking inside those cap bands. Next 2. And straight ahead till you get to the top of your dreidel. Now we're going to come back down here to get the one here that goes diagonally. So 2 bands that you need to catch and pull up to the right. And then in here, 2 bands that go straight up the right side. And finally 2 more to go up to the top. And for this top row of the dreidel, we're going to go from the left to the center, and then from the right to the center. I'll slide those down. We don't want those to pop off while we do the top of the dreidel. So this now is your trickiest place to catch the rubber bands. We want to catch only these 2 rubber bands that will be going forward, but they're buried underneath a whole lot of rubber bands. You may want to take it from the side and make sure that those 2 rubber bands are pulled down low so that you can catch them easier. And on this, once you get in there and you catch those 2, they won't be hard to pull. If it's a struggle and you're straining, then you've probably caught the rubber bands and you're at risk of breaking your hook. So let go and go back and look at it from the side to make sure you get the correct rubber bands. So I'm going to go in there to catch just those bottom two and pull them up and forward. And repeat for this one. And finally, we're up to the last single rubber band, which we're going to use as our latch. Instead of hooking this one over the peg, I keep it on my hook, grab the other one, and pull it through the center of the rubber band and pull tight to make a knot. And now you're ready to remove your dreidel from the loom. I like to use the back of my hook to help these up, especially here, because if you pulled too hard, you'd risk breaking some rubber bands. So I just use my hook to loosen that all up and then untangle my hook from the center. Take those off. And once you get that whole top row, you can probably just use your hand to get the rest. And there is your dreidel for Hanukkah with a shin in the middle. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you have a happy Hanukkah. And if you liked this video, please do click like below and consider subscribing to see when I post additional videos. Thank you very much.